Welcome to the PvP Beginner's Guide to Harbinger. This build is one of the best carries in Ranked. Learn it, and you'll be able to dominate with incredible teamfight pressure and utility. In this video, we're going to look at the playstyle before diving into build variations, damage combos, and defensive rotations so that you can carry your teams to victory. This spec is primarily a team fighter, but it can side note effectively as well. As a Harbinger, you can give your team 100% quickness uptime, as long as you stay in Shroud. This is a massive team-wide DPS increase, and coupled with the boon corrupts, damage mitigation, CCs, and your elite, a well-played Harbinger can easily swing teamfights in their favor. There are three main aspects you'll need to know in order to play this spec well. First, your main objective in fights is to corrupt or remove boons like stability with Shroud 2, Spinal Shivers, and/or Enfeebling Bloods. When targeting enemy supports, these corrupts can make it a lot harder for them to keep their teams alive. Second, look for key opportunities when your teams want to deal damage. Here, CC enemies with skills like Pistol 3, Staff 5, and Shroud 5, and buff your allies with quickness from Shroud and your Elixir of Ambition to quickly end larger fights. Harbingers can deal a lot of damage, but buffing your teammates can be equally, if not more effective. So look to enable your allies in teamfights and protect them with skills like Corrosive Poison Cloud and Weakness. Third, Blight can be removed through the use of elixirs in Shroud 3 and 4. When consuming a certain amount of Blight, these skills gain additional effects. In order to maximize your effectiveness on Harbinger, learn how to manage this, as proper Blight management will play a key role in your damage and survivability. For build variations, the third utility slot is interchangeable. Take Worm if you want better disengage potential. Worm placement is important, so you don't teleport into a wall when you want to get away. In order to do this, make sure you place your worm in a spot that has an open area in the space between it and the fight you're pushing. Well of Corruption is good against boon heavy teams. For example, if the enemy team has 2 Willbenders and a core support guardian on a Capricorn, it will be incredibly impactful when contesting cannon. Elixir of Ignorance is a low cooldown stun break, AoE blind, and AoE resistance. This utility is my favorite, and I find that it has a very significant amount of value in the current meta. The resistance is great offensively and defensively for my team and me, as it makes us immune to non-damaging conditions. For example, that means a Willbender's blinds are rendered ineffective, fears and immobilizes have no effect, and even nullifies conditions like slow and weakness to help with offensive pressure. The AoE blind is also great for mitigating important attacks and potentially safe stomping. Weakening Shroud is the meta trait for the extra weakness uptime, Condi damage, and the additional boon corrupt. However, for Ranked, I like Parasitic Contagion for the extra sustain. The extra healing can make a big difference in Harbinger mirrors and teamfights. It is also very beneficial when cleaving down states, as you can freely DPS a down body with Shroud while regenning hundreds of health per second. You can also run any offhand weapon you want. Focus has damage, boon rip, and Shroud generation. Dagger offhand has Condi convert, weakness, and Condi transfer. Warhorn has swiftness, Shroud generation, and an unblockable AoE daze. For amulet and ruin variations, any combination of Carrion and Rabid amulets and Traveler, Undead, and/or ruins are good. I find the best hybrid to be Carrion plus Undead, while Carrion plus Ore is anti-Condi and Rabid plus Traveler is great into power comps. Carrion Traveler and Rabid Undead are also fine. For consistent torment pressure, use Shroud autos. For a quick CC damage combo, use Pistol 3 into Pistol 2. To apply pressure in Staff, use Staff 3 into Staff 2. To apply AoE chill and weakness while transferring Condis off yourself, use Staff 3 into Staff 4. For a long duration CC combo, Staff 5 into Pistol 3. Then enter Shroud and use Shroud 5, Shroud 2, and Shroud 3. Here, you can also use your Elite Elixir before entering Shroud for extra damage, and/or use Shroud 4 aggressively to daze after the float ends. Alternatively, you can use it to evade away and reposition. To generate Life Force for Shroud, use Focus 4, Pistol 2, and spam Staff autos. You can also enter and leave Shroud when not in combat. For defensive rotations, Corrosive Poison Cloud is a great damage mitigation tool. You can also counter pressure with CCs, strip offensive boons like Might from the enemy, use Elixir of Ambition, blast weakness on your attackers, use Shroud 3 and 4 to escape. You can use Spectral Recall and Worm for mobility, or blind them if you are taking Elixir of Ignorance. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed and learned something, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you know when I release new content. If you want to see more from my channel, click the links here. And as always, I'll see you soon.